Do you remember the game Brain Age?
May I suggest a little brain training?
It's called Brain Age.
Train your brain in minutes a day.
Did those ever work? Can playing a video game make your brain better? I have been dumb lately. It feels like my brain needs to be taken out of my head and sharpened. But obviously, that's not a good idea, and I don't think that pill from the movie Limitless is real, and also I don't have hundreds of dollars I can shell out for some miracle brain tonic endorsed by Joe Rogan or Andrew Huberman.
Alpha Brain is one of the most important supplements that I've ever found.
But Facebook Marketplace and a $5 bill gave me the next best thing. Brain Age for the Nintendo DS. Well, actually, Brain Age 2. These games took the world by storm in the mid-2000s because they were a video game that could make you smarter. Nintendo even gave a copy to President George W. Bush on his 60th birthday, which is both a really kind gesture and a sick burn. Brain Age's core gameplay was just a bunch of puzzles meant to stimulate different parts of your brain, and if you played it every day, it would help alleviate the negative effects of aging, like forgetfulness, lack of focus, and getting really into World War II. When you finish the puzzles, the game assigns your brain a score and offers tips and tricks to bring that number down to 20, which it considers the optimal age of a brain. I'm not sure if 20 is the actual, best age for your brain to be. When I was 20, I thought going into radio broadcasting was a responsible career choice, but either way, that's the goal of the game. And I've always wondered if it actually worked. There are 3 things I want to achieve with this challenge. Number 1, to think a bit quicker and sharper. Number 2, to get my brain age to be my actual brain's age. And number 3, to stop being so gosh darn forgetful. Why do I need these? Here's how I'm going to track them. For number 1, I took a bunch of tests online on this website called Human Benchmark that measure similar functions to those that Brain Age is supposed to help improve. At the end of a month, I'm going to take all those tests again and see how I stack up. Number 2, easy. Just got to get that guy to tell me my age. Number 3, I'm not really sure, because how can you remember what you forgot? I think I'm just going to have to track number 3 based on vibes. Okay, while I'm busy playing royalty-free songs on a fake piano and solving math problems for the first time since the 3rd grade, let's talk about how Brain Age actually came to be. Before the release of the DS, Nintendo was actually in a bit of a rut. The GameCube, despite being beloved now, hadn't really sold that well and got completely decimated by the PS2, which makes sense because, the GameCube had games like Melee and Mario Kart Double Dash and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, but the PlayStation had games like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And when your target demographic is primarily young boys, a red shell's just never going to pack the same kind of punch as a rocket launcher. So Nintendo needed a hit. They wanted their new console, the DS, to reach a wider audience, people who had never even picked up a controller before. But they needed a game that would actually entice those people to buy a system. At the time, one of the most popular books in Japan was Train Your Brain, 60 Days to a Better Brain by Dr. Ryuta Kawashima. And you know who was reading it? Old people. Nintendo saw the book's potential to make a great video game and pretty much capitalized on it immediately. They rushed a game into production, only giving the team 90 days to put a demo together. If Bethesda was making games at that pace, Skyrim would have come out in 1995, and we'd currently be playing Elder Scrolls 127. Also, the entire dev team would have turned to goo a long time ago. But Nintendo's crunch paid off big time. Brain Age sold more copies than any of the DS Pokemon games, which are considered by many to be the best Pokemon games, and it even outsold High School Musical Makin' the Cut, eventually becoming the 4th highest selling game on the 2nd best-selling console of all time. And even with that crazy success, the Brain Age games kind of just died. After the 2nd one, the 3rd and 4th almost completely flopped, and the version for the Nintendo Switch wasn't even released in North America. It's possible that they just don't believe North Americans can train their brains anymore. Which I get. I have been side by side with this thing for a little bit over a month. I ended up going a few days over because there were just a couple days in there where I forgot. I guess that shows how goal number 3 went. I am no less forgetful than I was at the start of this challenge. Failure. My plan for goal number 1 was to have this big moment of here are my scores before and here are my scores after. And they are the same. There is no difference between them pretty much. Some things I'm a little better at, some things I'm a little worse at. At one point during the month, I did some pretty quick mental math in a meeting. People were impressed by that. mildly. So I think it's safe to say that goal number 1 is a failure. As for goal number 2, I actually didn't achieve my goal of getting Dr. Kawashima to tell me my age. At one point, it told me I was 72 years old, and that hurt my feelings. So it was a terrific surprise when on the final day, this happened.
Yes.
What a rush. So it's technically not my real age, but I think I'm going to take that one as a win. And for goal number 2, we actually do have a success. So the question was, can a video game make your brain better? I don't think so. Not this one, at least. Like, I think it's good for, like, mental math and maybe a little bit of, like, agility, but ultimately, playing a video game a lot is just going to make you better at that video game. And I'm kind of cracked at brain age now.